Welcome back, anglers. I'm Survivalist, and we return to Call of the Wild the Angler, where we've gotten into the third advanced class for Taylor's Tackle Academy, which is going to be tackling fish, or spin fishing. So we've got ourselves set up with the rod and the lure type it wanted. We made our way down south on the map to almost the furthest south you can really go on it. If we just go a little bit around this bend here, we would be there. But we're going to be trying for a bit of trout if possible. Ooh, my bad. There we go. And we're going to be using just the constant style for right now. I don't know if it's actually going to take us through each of the styles on their own. But we'll just see how it goes. And it looks like, yeah, compared to using the mouse and keyboard, it looks like they simplified the controls a fair bit for this style. Because I see on the bottom left there's jigging, holding, twitching, holding, and then I guess if you wanted to use if you want to use just like the actual rod movements, you could as well. Oh, gotta secure this catch. It's big enough to need that. There we go. An Elred trout. That's a new species, I believe. I don't remember that last time we had played. Well, we got ourselves a first one, and it seems like we got a number of new lures as well. Fish ranks categorize the various weight ranges of a species. The ranks from small to large are as follows: juvenile, bronze, silver, gold, diamond, and legendary. The most common fish you'll find are bronze rank, and everything with a gold rank or higher is considered trophy fish, a term expanded upon in the next class. Okay, so next we have to catch a silver rank brook trout, and it needs spinner with hook size 7. So to be honest, I think we're basically good with what we've got here. Yeah, seems so. Well, I might have to try to learn slowly about, try and get further casts out. I think as you do more of the animation, it might give you further casts, but I'm not 100% certain on that yet. Now, though, we'll just keep it out. Or we'll keep at it, and we'll see if it does take us into the other fishing techniques, too. Oh my god, that is such a nice quality of life thing. If you want to just have a single technique, you can just hold down the one button to do so. I hope there is something like that when it comes to, mouse and keyboard. Like, I hope they have that quality of life brought into that, so that way you don't have to be fiddling with the mouse for things and that. Because I don't remember ever being offered, like, these little options of like, oh, there we go, jigging or stuff like that to make it easier to catch the fish, or to keep like a specific style of retrieval going the entire time you're trying to work. Maybe I'm mistaken about that, but that is just such a wonderful quality of life change. Because jigging used to be super annoying for mouse and keyboard. I don't know if it is the case, and I might actually try to see if I do, use like a mouse and keyboard input, if it'll change out like what it tells us for commands there or inputs. Well, come on, you. Still putting up a good fight towards the end here. Oh, had it. Okay, so you actually do have to think of the rod position for that. Oh, and there's the silver brook trout. God, again, I just... creepy gremlin with the way the hair is. What was that? Okay, there we go. This class covered spin fishing, lures, retrieval techniques, and fish ranks. Next class will expand all these subjects, unlock upon completion of the next challenge. Oh, another level up, so new gears opened up in the shop. And we have the challenge to do, which is just what? Catch 3 silver rank of any species. Okay, now if I use my... That's new. I do not remember it ever saying just use space or control for, having the specific types of retrieval before. That is so nice as a change of pace. Or, well, not change of pace, as a quality of life change that makes the game so much easier to play and more approachable to play, too. I do have to give a thumbs up. With the console release and the updates, they have improved a lot of areas that I did have issues with the game before. We'll have to see if it keeps riding that high further along, or if it kind of runs into Ultimate Fishing Simulator where it smacks into a brick wall and just, like, flops dead. But yeah, so far, really good with the changes. Now we'll see if we actually get anything fishing around here or not. I am going to just speed it up to a little bit more there. Okay, let me do a quick retrieve. Back, forward, back, forward, back, forward. And let's see if we can try to get some of these, but... yeah, it might take us a little while to do the challenge. I don't know if it's one of the things where... kind of like... it feels like it almost phases the player in a little way. Like, I know it's a weird term, and it only applies on certain... if you kind of run into it before, you'll understand what I'm saying there, but... like, as the tutorial mission was active... it felt like it was more the only fish we could catch while it was active were the ones that pertain to the actual mission or the objective. Whereas now, with it being a little... with having a challenge we're working on... there we go. Okay, so that's what I should be working at trying to read for... getting the drag setting right is. That way there's some tension on the line. That does bring them in. And what do we got here? Another Orid trout, but this one is, I think, larger with being a silver size. But yeah, we can release that back in. And... 1, and 2... and 3. Actually got less distance on that cast than my previous ones. But yeah, the new species of fish, they are nice. The issue was never really, though, the species to me. Like, it seemed like there was a fair variety to go after, and they had mostly their own, like, techniques that you could use to specialize trying to catch them. The issue, again, where I ran into for Call Wild the Angler was... really how the progression went along, and again, just the world feeling like, for as much as there is to visually look at, it didn't hold that much relevance. There's a good cast. Yeah, let's see, we just need a couple more, then after that we'll be able to check out and see what the final Academy lesson has. And I'm thinking that one's going to go more in-depth into some of the other methods like jigging and twitching. I'm kind of curious... okay, if I stop and leave it for a moment... okay, so I think what you gotta do is... okay, this is where the timing window can be a little weird. So... okay, let's... okay, no, let me bring it all the way in, then I'll try with it. I'm just trying to get the feel of how the stop and go can be. Okay, so it's sitting still. We'll reel it in, so this one is good. Then we'll stop on this one, then reel it in on that. Stop on this one, reel it in on this. Let go. Yeah, stop and go is a little weird feeling still, but it's not too bad. because it does only have to worry about the single button push or the input, it's easier to do than trying to manage how jigging and twitching used to be. So we'll keep going, try and get ourselves these last two before the episode's over, and hopefully start into the last lesson for the Academy. Although, truth be told, we're not having as much luck. Maybe instead of trying to cast way out, maybe I should try casting more towards shore. Now, see what happens trying over this way. Maybe instead of trying to go for open water, I should be more trying to think of, like, where the fish are going to hang out, such as around the plant life there, and maybe more along the bottom. I'm even going to increase the speed a little bit more. Maybe that'll be a bit more enticing. I also don't need to keep my rod up all the time like that. I think the reason I have that habit is, when it comes to, like, real-world fishing I've done, it's always been in a small boat with somebody controlling the motor to troll with it. Basically, the boat constantly is moving with a very slow speed in the motor, but you need to keep your rod up high so that way you're not getting entangled in the propeller or with the other person's line. But you don't really have to worry about that when you're fishing in situations like this, so I've got to try breaking that habit, I think. There we go. Secure this catch. No, just a bronze. But at least it was something. So I'll release that back. And maybe we'll try over this way again. Yeah, so he immediately goes to twitching for thinking it's your thing, but that's probably just because I started reeling it in. So we'll see if maybe this fast retrieval speed gets a little more interest from what's swimming around here. Oh, that might have been the reason. It was too slow to bring anybody's focus. Oh, this one's not going to be silver. I'm kind of surprised that little thing's still a bronze. But at least we got that done. And I don't know if it is just me, but it does feel like every fish we're landing, it does give credits for it. The amount does vary depending on the size, but I do like that... Oh, hang on. Okay, let me lower that down. There we go. Now we'll start bringing it in. The credits correlate directly to the size of the fish, so little things that are only like bronze for size, you only get, say, 20 credits, which I feel is a much better system than the weird progression sort of style or experience level it used to be. The only aspect of the game that I still feel like could use a change that I do remember heavily from when I was playing the first time is being able to set the time of day instead of having to let it naturally roll over. Because one of the aspects that I had that was an issue to me was, say you only have an hour you can get in the game, do a bit of fishing in, and you want to go after a species that's only active at night. You have to let the game play out long enough for it to turn to night or dark in order to do that. You don't have a way of, like, sleeping in a bed or looking and interacting with the clock to adjust the time. So that's one thing don't think's been done, and I think they're hesitant to do so. Oh, okay, well, it's literally right here, so that was easy. Well, there we go. Another silver trout. Well, an orid trout with silver rank. Because the multiplayer, I don't think they really have a way they figured out to do it, where it kind of works. But I hope it's something they're looking into, because it's still one of the weirdest things coming from, again, the same studio behind Call of the Wild, theHunter, where they understood, okay, the time of day has a big impact on some things, and we should let the players have a little bit of control to be able to work with that. So again, that's probably the top of the wish list right now from what I'm experiencing, or what I've seen so far with Call of the Wild the Angler. For still work to be done. There is stuff I would like to see when it does come to more of the open world aspect and interactions like that and stuff to go for and do. But that is, again, more of a second nature thing, given the main focus is, of course, the fishing. Okay, now we'll start rigging it in. There's a fair-sized trout that seemed to be right around the surface there. I don't know if it'll actually be interested in the line or not, but we'll just see what happens as we retrieve it. Oh, yeah, there's somebody interested. Okay. I think it's just a little guy. Oh, no, we do have to oh. Okay, we do have to secure it, so it might be a bit bigger. Yeah, there's another silver. And with that, that's the challenge met. And another level up, too. Okay, so, looks like we didn't get anything for that level up. But we're good to head back here, check in with the board, and tackle the last lesson of the Academy. Of course, we're not going to be squeezed it in all this episode, but we can at least see what it asks of us, and maybe even drive to the location it wants, because more than likely, it's going to send us to another specific spot on the map. Yeah, there we go. Oh, we got more rewards. And we have the expert class left to do. Welcome to the final class of Taylor's Tackle Academy. Class dives deeper into spin fishing, explains day versus night, and covers how to use the handbook to find and catch fish. In addition, class will talk about trophy tokens, reputation, souvenir shop. It's basically a bunch of stuff that came after I was playing. For this mission, we'll be catching a sauger, a nocturnal fish. This means that the sauger is primarily active during the night and will be near impossible to catch during the day. Golden Ridge counts 5 nocturnal species: burbot, catfish, sauger, sturgeon, and walleye. Go and mark location, unlock fast travel point, and then return at nightfall. Well, we'll take the drive out there, but just as I was talking about the one issue I had, that might be present still. Oh, that's a fair ways to drive, but it looks like we have a pretty straight route to it. But yeah, speak of the devil and he shall appear. That seems to be the case of what's happened with that little concern I still had. Okay, so we need to basically do... Yeah, it should be this way. And then looks like it's basically just sticking on the main road for a long time. Oh yeah, there are supposedly bison around here, though I kind of doubt we'll see any. See, on the one hand, I know a lot of people would have preferred the angler's content and stuff to be included as, like, a part of Call of the Wild the Hunter. And I honestly think they could have done it, too. But I don't think it would have been like a seamless open world with the two aspects they were trying to have together. I think if you were going to include them, you almost would have had to have Call of the Wild, or the angler's content in the Hunter, more like a mini game or a side activity where you'd have to go to a specific spot, interact with something, and it kind of loads you into a little pocket server or something. Here's a fast travel point. I'll just hop out to check for any collectibles. I know I don't really have to, but it just kind of is habit. Legendary Fisherman 4 snagged. Yeah, aside from experience and a little bit of reading, that's about all. And let's keep going. Bottom. But this is the one obstacle I have no idea how we're going to exactly have it play out. Like, this is one of the cases where, again, it would be really handy to have a means of being able to set the time of day. Like, even if it's something where, like, one person is, like, the host of the server, they have the ability to change the time of day and everybody else just has, like, a blink and all of a sudden it's nightfall. It just feels like there has to be some more manual control and input than having to just wait for the full cycle to shift over. Yeah, we're still going the right way. Just making sure. So we'll see if maybe there actually is something to be... Ooh, actually, hang on. That looked like something we have to report. Yeah. Yeah, this looked pretty sickly. Well, not have to, but we could.
Looks like we got ourselves some party crashers. Those Engelman spruce beetles are fixing to chow down, but I don't remember sending them out an invite. Find me more and I'll show them the door.
Yeah, again, side activities that give you a little bit of experience. They might help a little bit for possibly some of the tokens and stuff that... Oh, come on, fast travel point unlock. Okay, well, I'll report these. Yep, might as well snag that. Another one from that Humphrey person. Alright, let me get to the map. See, for some reason, it's not giving me this fast travel point yet. Because I assume this is one. I mean, it's flag flying, cabin. Oh, am I not... Maybe I'm not quite close enough yet. There's usually a spot like this I figured would be... Actually, I think I have another thing to report here, possibly. No. No, okay. I really swore that this would have been a fast travel spot. It seems like it has all the things in prep for it. Oh, it does. Okay, it's called the Trailhead, though. So it is actually a fast travel spot, and I'm just wasting time. My bad. Yeah, once we get more along the stretch that's just going straight east along the river, this should go very quickly for catching up ground. And it is... Okay, yeah, we take the right, and then it's basically a straight course all the way through. Will and can do. Or would that be can and will do? Yeah, the latter one sounds more right. And we'll just keep going full blaze because it looks like... Okay, maybe that was talked too early. Spoke a little too early there, but I'm going to just keep going full speed because it's not quite as winding as, the road was to get to the previous part of the academy. But yeah, we can just motor along this. Or maybe motored a little too hard. I should keep a little bit more caution as we're going. But from everything I've seen so far, majority of my issues have been pretty well addressed for the game. Again, I'm still planning for the Series B as long as I was thinking of probably at least 20 episodes. If I do Troll Spirit 2, that will probably add in some more on top of that. But we'll start at least just going through Golden Ridge a bit more and how that progresses. My big issue is still going to be, though, dealing with time of day. Oh, jeez, my bad. We ran into the same problem when it came to the mountain whitefish for the one tutorial. Oh, you know what? Just because this is a weird spot and I don't know if I'll be back around here to catch this another time, let's just report this here.
Well, butter my butt and call me toast. It's another moldy tree. The visitors will love it. God bless their cotton socks. I don't mind a visitor or two, though, so keep it notified.
Okay. I'm gonna be careful a bit around here. But over the bridge, beyond the river, and here's another fast travel point. Yes, this will help us if we do have to go around for certain spots a bit easier. No, there it is. Yeah, each one of these little fast travel spots. Oh! You actually do get... Now, I don't know if it's because I leveled up or... Yeah, I don't know about that. Because, like, that seemed like an awful lot of stuff to... Okay, I think that was from a level up. I thought it actually, like, gave me, all that bait because I got to this spot and picked up that specific collectible. But I think what happened is I did roll up to the next level. And just do a quick double check on the map. Yeah, trailhead's here, so anytime we want to come back to this area, we can fast travel. Only about a kilometer out, so it shouldn't be too much longer. I just want to stop for a moment. I thought I saw something weird shining down. Maybe it's just like a way the light was catching a particle or something. It's just like a little golden ball almost descending down. Yeah, we'll keep going. Try to reach this spot. Oh, see? There it is again. Is that... I think that's actually at a fixed point. That might be the sun setting, to be honest. But it's only visible when we're in the vehicle, which is weird. Yeah, I think that maybe that's what it is. We're seeing the sun through the windshield that's also somehow shining through the mountain. A little visual bug, but nothing I'd be too concerned about fixing too quickly or putting many resources in trying to solve. Oh, well, there's another tree easily needing... Oh, maybe not needing to be reported, because it looks like it suddenly got a lot of help. No, it does need to be reported. Went from orange to green back to orange. And yeah, just get this because we can.
Half of them oxides done and dusted. I'll start revving up my girl Sally and she'll chew right through them.
And what's the best way to get into this complex here? Okay, this is a road I can use, so we'll do just that. Now remember this area, because it really stood out coming to like this old abandoned ghost town. Okay, here we are. Sounds like we got something to pick up here. Yeah, there we go. Another fisherman note. And we'll just see what it kind of clues us into here. Night times between 1900 and 600. Make your way to the mission area during that time. What time is it, though? 1713, so I'd still have to kill, like... I mean, granted, it's not a real-time hour and a half, but actually hour 45 minutes. But it goes to show that, like, between these past two episodes, and even several minutes between trying to let a capture go by, it takes quite a while for the day-night cycle to pass through, so I don't actually know how I'll be able to tackle this next mission. As again, just one thing I would suggest, you can interact with the door, suggest what time of day to set it at, just set it, press A or confirm, and then you look around and everything's suddenly that time. Having that omitted is still the weirdest choice I've seen for the angler. The rest is going pretty well, but it did, of course, have to have a stumble somewhere, and it's with this still. But we're going to end the episode here, and cap off a mostly successful weekend. I'll have to see how I'm going to be able to tackle this next mission, given it does have the day, or the night requirement. But thank you all very much for joining me on this episode of Call of the Wild, the Angler. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to give it a like, and if you have any comments, tips, or tricks, be sure in the comments right down below. Until I see you all next video or episode, Anglers and Survivors, please remember, as always, to take care, stay alive, and happy angling.